What's going on, all you amazing people? I'm Matt.
And I'm Vanessa.
And once again, we're joined by Zeus. And if you've been following our channel at all recently, you would know that we've been in the process of moving. We actually just got into our new place, but it's still not set up, so you'll still have to forgive us. So I don't know when exactly there's going to be more color on these walls or the movies are actually going to be organized, but it'll happen. And also, I just wanted to say, if you've been commenting on videos recently, don't feel bad. I have not been ignoring you. I'll be getting to your comment shortly. I just don't want you to think that you've been ignored or forgotten. I will be touching on those recently, sometime soon, and by Zeus, and getting to those comments. But in the meantime, we're here to talk about Mary, Queen of Scots.
Here we go.
Which stars Saoirse Ronan, Margot Robbie, Jack Lowden, and Guy Pearce. Mary Stuart returns to her native home of Scotland in the 16th century, seeking to reclaim her rightful throne. However, both Scotland and Britain fall under the rule of Queen Elizabeth I. Seeking to usurp the other, Mary begins to look for ways to seize the crown from her cousin. So, from the very first trailer, I was absolutely hooked into this film.
Yes, these trailers, this movie was made out to be something that was going to be extraordinary.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a tense and exciting drama starring two of the best and most talented actresses working in Hollywood today. It looked like it was going to have a lot of emotion and drama, action and grit. It provided none of those. Instead, it turned out to be one of the most disappointing films of the year, at least for me. It's a sloggy mess that just gets bogged down in nothing but muck.
Yeah, and this is an unfortunate disappointment, in my opinion, because we had high expectations because we have such talent in this movie.
Yes.
And because the trailers made it look so good. This movie, I think, probably had potential. It
has a lot of potential.
The story.
Yeah, it fails at every turn, in my opinion, which I hate to say, because this is one of those films that, once again, when I saw the trailer, I was like, wow, this looks like it's going to be amazing. And it's coming out right at award season. I don't know, what am I trying to say? Right at the time, Oscar season, when you start getting like these really good, powerful films. That's what I was hoping for. That's what I expected. That's kind of what the trailer promised. But it's not. What I will say, though, is, of course, the acting is top-notch.
Yes, Sorry.
I was just going to say, you do have Saoirse Ronan, you do have Margot Robbie, and everybody knows, like, these are the two stars of the film. But I didn't know that the up-and-coming, terrific Jack Lowden was going to be in this. I didn't know that the often underappreciated Guy Pearce was going to be in this movie. And that, to me, is even more upsetting, because this movie is so bad.
The performances are so much better than this film.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
They're too good for this film, in my opinion. Saoirse Ronan is probably one of my favorite actresses. Potentially, it's going to be from all time, because she's so young. So there's only greatness to come. Margot Robbie is the best part of this film.
Yeah, definitely.
And she is not in it enough.
She really isn't, which is another thing that, once again, the trailer, I was expecting, I don't know, a lot more equal screen time for both of these actresses, which is no slight against Saoirse Ronan. I think she's a wonderful actress, but Margot Robbie is so good every single time she's on the screen in this movie. She's so good, but once again, the story and the film around her just completely falls apart, and a lot of it is just, the movie is historically inaccurate, it's messy, it's all over the place, and it gets bogged down in a lot of despicable actions. And I get where the film what the film was trying to say, what it was trying to portray. I get where it was going, how both of these powerful women had a lot more in common than they probably realized, and that they kept getting betrayed and backstabbed by these horrible men that they're surrounded by. But that doesn't excuse this film.
No, it doesn't. And in my opinion, you have great set pieces, you have great costume design, you have great actors, you have great performances, you have lack of story. Lack of story. Or at least a lack of story idea, or it wasn't executed to its full potential. Because you have a story here, a story that I would like to see, one that's based on the trailer, if you could.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it also doesn't help that the movie builds itself and showcases a woman, Mary, who, in my opinion, is no better than the disgraceful men around her. And it also doesn't excuse the film for a lack of really any emotion or focus.
No, and here's the thing, we don't actually know if Mary, Queen of Scots, was this despicable character, but this movie portrayed her to be no better than the men that are surrounding her, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if she was that despicable. I don't
We don't
remember
know,
my history
but
lessons.
no,
I really
we don't know. We don't know if these.
But still, the movie it mostly follows her, with bits and pieces of Margot Robbie scattered throughout. But she, once again, is no better than these men who keep betraying her at every turn. And for me, I also just feel like this movie wanted to spend most of its time on the provocative stuff and the PC aspects that it was going for, rather than actually giving us something of historical weight, some sort of like powerful drama that I was hoping for. It's too messy. It gets bogged down in too much of this other stuff.
And I agree with you there, because we could have probably dealt with a lot of the historical inaccuracies if it didn't get bogged down with the...
If it was engaging.
Yeah, if it was engaging.
Or if it doesn't get bogged down in all the
with PC stuff. So, I mean, I really, really wanted to like this movie. I was actually convincing myself that I did like this movie, because there's not a Saoirse movie that I don't like. And I didn't want there to be a movie that I didn't like.
Yeah.
But I can't say that I like this movie.
Yeah, I can't either. Especially, the best part for me of this film, outside of the costumes, which are fantastic, is actually ruined by the trailer. And that is a short, powerful, emotional speech by Robbie's Queen Elizabeth. But once again, they show a good portion of that speech in the trailer, which doesn't help its cause.
And yeah, the best part of that speech.
Yeah, and once again, the trailer hinted at giving us one thing. It delivered something completely different. For me, I would say, don't be fooled and don't waste your time on this movie. It hurts me. I'm giving Mary Queen of Scots a D-.
Okay. I'm going to give Mary Queen of Scots a D, just for Saoirse.
Yeah, but I don't think either one of us can recommend it.
No.
Which is a shame.
It's a shame.
It is a shame.
Great actors in this movie.
You really do.
Great performances.
And there was a lot to build around. It failed to deliver. It could have been so much more. But of course, if you have seen Mary, Queen of Scots, let us know what you thought about it down below. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of our fantastic reviews, hit the subscribe button. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you awesome people next time.